What's up everyone, my name is David. Welcome to another video of DVC Presents How to DJ tutorials. In this video, we're going to talk about how to use Rekordbox to organize your library and prepare your tracks with all the performance features we've talked about in the previous sessions. So what is Rekordbox? Rekordbox is a DJ software that is released by Pioneer DJ. And there are plenty of DJ software in the market, while Rekordbox is the most prominent and the most widely used DJ software. So Rekordbox can help you prepare your tracks and helps you organize your libraries, can also be used with MIDI controllers. But in this video, we're only going to talk about the first two features because that's all that you need to prepare your tracks and load to the CDJs in the club. So if you haven't downloaded Rekordbox, please go to the Rekordbox download page and click that download button. And without further ado, let's get started. In Rekordbox, there are two sections, the top section and the bottom section. The top section serves as two decks, with each deck has its own cue button and play button, which functions exactly the same as those on the CDJs. It also has its unique loop control and cue controls. The bottom section serves as your library organization, and here you have all your playlists and all your libraries in the left part, and the right part it has all your tracks in the library or in the playlist. You can sort them or load them into the decks. So when you first download Rekordbox, there will be no playlists, and the first thing you want to do is to convert your existing library, whether in iTunes or Explorer, to Rekordbox playlists. In my case, my libraries are in Explorer, so you want to choose the folder here. So there is a base house folder, you right click it and say import as a playlist. And what the import does is to analyze all the tracks and put into a Rekordbox playlist. So you hit the playlist, there is a base house playlist that's converted with all the waveforms of all tracks loaded. So the next thing I want to show is how to use the two decks in the top section to determine whether two tracks sounds good together in a mix. So basically, you choose your first track and you load it by dragging it, and you choose your second track here and you load it to the decks. So basically here you have the names, the artist, and the album, and also your BPM key and the waveform of the tracks. So what we're going to do with the two tracks is to make a build-up transition from the top to the bottom to see if the two sounds good together. So the first thing we want to do is to find the start of the build-up in the top track. So basically it is right here. You click the cue button, you set the cue here, and you want to find the start of the build-up of the second track here. So basically it's here. You set another cue point, and you want to start playing as somewhere before the start of the build-up in the first track. Hit play. You hit play on the second track. So you can see here the beats are off. What you're gonna do is to use the two arrow buttons to mimic the jog wheels, to nudge the beat, and to beat match. And now we're in sync. And you want to use the crossfader here to gradually transit from the top to the bottom. And now here we're in the drop of the second track. That sounds pretty clean, so that means the two tracks sounds good together without you even going to the CDJs and mix them. So how to set up memory cues, hot cues, and loops in Rekordbox here. So we have talked about these concepts in previous videos, and I think you already have a good understanding of these concepts. So now we want to show you how to set these up in Rekordbox. So in Rekordbox, in the deck section, we have a memory cue and the hot cue banks. What we want to do is exactly the same as we do on the CDJs. So basically, we want to set up a memory cue here at the start of the drop of the chicken soup. So we find the start of the drop, we set a cue point, and we hit the memory button. And there is a memory cue in the memory cue bank. And also there is a red triangle here, shows that you already successfully set a memory cue. And then you want to set another memory cue at the start of the build up. So basically you're going to find it, you queue it up, hit the memory button, and boom, it shows up. So you can navigate through different memory queues in the list here, like this. So setting up hot queues are also exactly the same as what you do on the CDJs. So first, we want to set up a hot queue and start with the drop. You navigate through here, you queue it up, and you click A in the hot queue bank. So that means you set the hot queue A to this position. And it behaves exactly the same. So you start from a random position, you hit play, hit the hot queue. What it does is, like the CDJs, it jumps to the position and automatically starts playing. If you want to set more hot queues, you want to set in here, do the exact same process, add in the hot queue B. And what you're going to do is you can switch between different hot queues, like what you do on the CDJs. And that's it. So to set up loops, you will either set up a hot loop or a memory loop. That means you have a loop in your hot queue bank or in your memory queue bank. So what you're going to do is you have your loop control in here. There's 3 buttons. The middle one has a number, which is the number of beats in the loop. And the right and the left arrow, it basically doubles or halves the number of beats in the loop. So for the memory loop, what you're going to do is to, for example, you want to set looping here, so it will be 4 beats, right? So it loops 4 beats. If you want to set 8 beats, you click this, it doubles to 8 beats. When you want a memory loop, you hit the Q button and you hit memory. So basically, there is another thing on the memory bank which has a loop icon in here. That means it has a memory loop. So you want to start playing at the random position, or you stop the random position, you hit this, and it takes you to the point where you set the loop, and the loop is automatically on. For example, you do this, and it's in the loop. And for a hot loop, it is exactly the same as the memory loops. So you want to set a hot loop at another position here. You queue it up and say it's 4 beats, right? And you click the hot queue bank. So you click C here, and there is an orange hot loop. Basically, it means you set the hot queue bank C to this loop. So the hot loop, what the hot loop does is when you click this hot loop button, so say when you're playing a random position, what it does is to bring you to the position of the start of the loop, and it automatically enter the loop. And also, anytime you can hit this loop button to exit the loop. The reason that you want to set up all your memory queues, hot queues, and loops in Rekordbox is that you can export them to the USB stick with the track. So basically what you're going to do is you use this Bass House playlist. There is an export playlist, and you click your USB drive, and then it starts exporting. It takes a few minutes or a few seconds depending on the length of your playlist, but eventually it will get on your USB stick, and you can use that to plug into the CDJs, and you have all your hot queues, memory queues, and loops loaded. So that's pretty much it for today, and thank you guys for watching.